Halloween is tomorrow, as we know. Probably the biggest build-up to Halloween, actually, this year over other years. But that means fancy dress, barn brack and, of course, bonfires. There have been 700 bonfire call-outs in the last 6 weeks. That's even ahead of the big night, and hard-working firefighters have been put under huge pressure. Joining me on the line is Darren O'Connor, Station Officer with Dublin Fire Brigade. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning.
Now, Halloween night has always been your busiest night of the year, but you're expecting an increase in call-outs this year.
Yeah, well, we've seen an increase in the last number of weeks. We've seen a huge increase in the amount of small fires we've attended and the amount of bonfires we've attended. So if that's a trend that is probably going to continue into Halloween night. I know they've issued a weather warning now, so it may have some impact on it. But at the moment we're gearing up for another really busy night, which is traditionally our busiest night of the year.
How do you think COVID restrictions have played into that? Do you think people who've been limiting their contact to date may feel tomorrow night gives them a free pass?
Possibly, and the other thing as well is, families could be under major pressure as well from kids. I mean, it's traditionally, it's a very exciting night for kids, a very exciting night for adults as well. Kids and adults excited by bonfires, by fireworks. So, that is hard for people as well. So, possibly they could see it, release of the cabin fever from isolation and from restricting their movement, and may feel, the urge to go out to the local community and look at the bonfire and watch the fireworks. So. It possibly could be an outlet for people tomorrow.
How do you work it on the night, Darren, in terms of the logistics are obviously huge. You're getting hundreds of calls. Do you try to attend and extinguish every bonfire, or do you let some go?
We would try and always get a response to each fire, but what could happen is we could get 20 calls or 30 calls for the same fire, and we get as much information we can off the caller. So basically someone will go to the fire, so a fire crew can go up, no blue lights, just drive in, have a look. If the fire doesn't present a risk to local property, utility services in open air, the smoke's not blown into any property, it's not causing a nuisance, we may not take any action. So we'll always assess the risks and outweigh the benefits. If the risk outweighs the benefits, we won't take any action, or we may take action in the form of just dampening the fire down, just cool it down a bit, and we may drive off. We need to protect our resources as well. We're handling a massive amount of calls that's coming in, and we need to keep our resources. Like last night, for instance, we had a very busy evening. We started off with a serious Lewis incident out the south side. We had a domestic fire that was well developed over the west side, and then in around the city centre we were dealing with bonfires, 2 bonfires every hour for a number of hours, and we're putting them out in conjunction with the Gardaí. So it's a very resource intensive, and we need to protect the resources. We need to have an adequate level of cover in the city to respond to all our EMS calls that we respond to as well.
Okay, Darren O'Connor, Station Officer with Dublin Fire Brigade, gearing up for a big weekend. Thank you for joining us this morning.